everyone and welcome back. Welcome to my latest installment of Happy Book Birthday. We have a lot of books on the list today, 6 of them being debuts, which is so exciting, and I am ready to celebrate with you all.
Happy book birthday to you. Happy book birthday to you. Happy book birthday, dear authors. Happy book birthday to you.
Alright, jumping right in, I'm so excited for this first one on my list. This is one that I've actually read, you guys. I got to read an arc of this book, and that is Soulmated by Shaila Patel. This book is so great. I think my Goodreads review of it just said, can you say chemistry? Because that is what it was. So let's get into it. Liam is Irish and he's an empath, which means he can feel the emotions of people around him. And politically, his family will be in line to be more powerful if he can find another powerful empath to be his wife, partner, whatever you want to call it. So that leads him to Lakshmi, who is the other main character of the story. It alternates between Lakshmi and Liam's point of view. Lakshmi is an American Indian high school student who comes from a very traditional family whose mother won't even let her date. And so it's interesting to see the contrast. And let me say again, they have such chemistry. I loved this book. The next book I'm also really excited about, and that is After the Fall by Kate Hart. And I was originally interested in this one a long time ago, but I got double interested in it when she was tweeting lines from the book, I think 2 weeks ago or last week, and they were all so funny. And it's a serious topic. It's about Rachel who's dealing with life after being sexually assaulted. But just knowing that there are these moments of really funny humor sprinkled throughout this very serious book really, got my hopes up and made me want to explore this MC's voice. Also, the first sentence of the synopsis is Rachel is sleeping with 2 boys, which always makes me go, what? And then it turns out one of them is her best friend Matt, who she just sleeps in the same bed as for emotional support because he's always been there as emotional support. And the other is his brother Andrew, who is known as the slacker of the family. And it's just about all 3 of their dynamics together, mainly Rachel's, I believe. I think it's told from her point of view only. I'm not sure, but I'm really excited to pick this one up. Next on the list also sounds really cool. You guys, these books sound awesome today. And that is City of Saints and Thieves by Natalie C. Anderson. This book follows Tina, who is a refugee from the Congo that has now living in Kenya with her mother, and her mother finds work as a maid at this Mr. Grayhill's estate, and one day her mother is murdered, shot dead in his personal office, and Tina seeks revenge for her mother's death. She joins a gang, and for 4 years she plans out this revenge plot, and then one day she ends up back in Grayhill's house, but she gets wrapped up, I believe, back into this life at this house and is trying to put together the pieces of who actually killed her mother. And this sounds really interesting. If you're into thrillers, then this is the book for you. Next is The Outs by E.S. Wesley, and the tagline for this book is, Caleb has been changing ever since the memory-stealing blackouts started. So I'm assuming the outs mean people are losing pieces of their memory and don't know who to trust, and are very uncertain in this world that they are living in. It also says that he's kidnapped a girl, which he believed was saving her at the time, but now that he's realizing maybe he had an out while he kidnapped her, he doesn't trust himself anymore. And this again sounds like a psychological thriller that anyone could get behind. This next book has been getting a lot of hype, and that is Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. The tagline for this one is Mary B. Addison killed a baby, allegedly. And it follows Mary as she lives this life where she's convicted of killing this baby, but they lock her up too soon. They don't go over all of the facts. They don't believe that she didn't do it, and she's put into a group home. And so it's all about, she's trying to set the record straight, get out of this group home, and the only person that can do that is her mama, but it says no one knows the real mama. So I'm wondering what is going on with her mom. It all sounds very interesting, and I've heard really, really good things. Next on the list is Stone of Power by Kimberly Riley, and this follows Andrew, who is drawn to these people that he sees at a carnival by this power that he doesn't understand, and he comes to find out that they are keepers, and these keepers are in charge of finding these stones around the world that help keep alternate universes or parallel universes intact or from crumbling down. So that sounds real interesting if that is up your alley also. The next book is by an author that I'm sure a lot of you already know and love, and that book is The You Ive Never Known by Ellen Hopkins. It is told half prose, half poetry. Like her other books were, I think, completely poetry or mostly poetry, but this one is half and half, and it follows Ariel, who has lived her life always just with her dad, and then one day a woman comes and accuses the dad of kidnapping Ariel when like 14 years ago. And so Ariel has to decide if her dad is telling the truth, if she's going to trust the man who has raised her, or a woman who is bringing in a lot of evidence showing that she was actually kidnapped in this life, and like the history that her father told her is actually a lie. But this sounds really good. And finally on the list is Margo and Me by Juno Dawson, and this book sounds really good. It's about Fliss, who she and her mom have to go back and live with her grandmother Margot, who she's not a huge fan of, but one day she finds Margot's old journals like in her early life, and she actually finds out that she had a very interesting and adventurous life full of passion also. But she also is finding out a family secret that could tear her whole family apart if they knew through these journals. And I love these books that look into the past, like look into history and bounce back and forth between present and past. I think this one sounds really good and interesting. Well, that's it for me. If you guys stuck around until the end, let me know down in the comments which books you are most excited about. And this is the last week I'm going to be able to say it, but there is a giveaway for my arc going on right now on Twitter. It is the tweet pinned to the top of my profile, and I have a link down below to it also. All you have to do is retweet my tweet and you are entered automatically to win. As always, thank you for stopping by my little book nook of the internet, and I will see you next time. Bye.